an Ula of dis Urt Askala, Vagamankor, una dis Goris Prodni. Anil Tuzdem, is Udi Tadok Nosink Bahras Askal. Tale generas Asgordata Kazak. Mimda nei peritas anonzatama.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and today we're going to do a little bit of speculation, something I don't tend to do during embargo drops and so on. However, it looks like there might be a hint towards the possible future in Total War Warhammer. See, what we're doing right now is the quest battle for Drazhoath the Ashen. It's one of his only quest battles, as the other stuff is just pretty much unlocked through quest chains. And this is to get his famed item, the Hell Shard Amulet, something that we're going to go into a little bit right now, because the quest battle is rather interesting. You see, you not only fight the vampire counts, which are your first enemies, but you also fight the Tomb Kings. Kind of weird, right? Considering that the map clearly does not look like the Darklands, yet we can see that here, you know, there's no corruption around the areas, everything kind of looks like, you know, there is a little bit of growth and stuff, whereas in the Darklands everything's pretty much dead or corrupted. And before anyone says anything, yes, my gameplay right here is kind of horrible, mostly because I recorded this after a 10-hour stream on twitch.tv/thegreatbookofgrudges, by the way, which I'll be streaming also again today. I should be live by the time that this video goes live too. So, the lands are dead. It looks more like marshes and vampire count territory. We're fighting vampire counts and Tomb Kings are also alongside that. Not only that, but you will notice a few times when we pan up to a specific part of the map, there is a lighting kind of cloud formation which very much looks like a skull. Very much like the Lord of Undeath, Nagash, a character that we've all been waiting for, who has been hinted at multiple times throughout the Total War Warhammer series, a lot in Warhammer 2. If you remember, if you go and take over Nagash's Czar, there's also a landmark there for, I believe, the Tomb Kings and the Skaven, which says that his husk is there, right? And this area is actually pretty close to Nagash's Czar. So why would this be a Nagash hint? Well, Tomb Kings and vampire counts don't work together. It's very, very rare. Yes, Arkan the Black has access to some units, and Arkan the Black will work with some vampires, but Arkan isn't really a Tomb King. In fact, he's more known to be, how to say this bluntly, Nagash's little puppy boy. Now, it is also possible that Neferata uses some undead Nehekarans under her forces, but not at this degree. This is two fully fledged armies, and we know that Nagash still has influence over the Tomb Kings. Well, some Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings and vampire counts, unless specified or under control, are very much, well, very big enemies. They will hate each other, they will actively attack each other, and in some cases they will ignore whoever else is in the battlefield. But it doesn't happen here. Later on in the battle it gets even more interesting as they both join in as a joint effort. It specifically says so. So, what could this be? Well, the fact is, maybe this amulet could do something with Nagash. Possible hint because of one specific thing. Let me read over the entry of this item on the Forge World book, so Drazhoath's actual item. So the Hell Shard Amulet is a talisman, and it also has a very interesting entry. The dark product of Drazhoath's own labors in diabolic craftsmanship. The icy hate of his malice is caught and amplified 1,000-fold within its black crystal depths, and unleashed on any who dare spill its blood. Now that might sound very generic, but black crystal? You know what's described as a black crystal? Yeah, this is Black Warpstone. That's something that actually exists, and it's actually what was used to make the Black Pyramid of Nagash's Czar. It's very likely that a little chip of it has made a way, and this could be used to create a very evil and dark amulet. Again, this is pure speculation, but black crystal is kind of rare, and, you know, it's a very, very coveted style of warpstone. Nagash uses it quite heavily, not just in the Black Pyramid, but also in stuff that he uses, in Nagash's Czar, and so on. So it's very, very possible that this could be a slight nod to Nagash. We know that Creative Assembly would like to do him eventually. Like, they even said it in an interview very recently. It's like, it would be cool if they got to be able to do him. Nagash would definitely bring in a lot of money for the series, like a stupid amount. A lot of people would buy Nagash directly. And we're getting closer to a possible 100th Legendary Lord. Who's bigger than Nagash to celebrate the fact that they've done 100 Legendary Lords, right? I mean, it's still possible that could be Fenqual, but I'm just saying, yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. It sounds like it's something that could be done. The way the lighting is formed over that mountain is also very weird, considering that it does actually look like a skull. And obviously, artists would have to have made that, especially for a quest battle where you could have in a nice hint, you know? Before anything, we do also have to take into account that Creative Assembly do like having hints in-game. There was one about Kislev in the Twisted in the Twilight, where there's mention of bears and bear riders and stuff. And when people actually posted saying, oh, this is definitely a Kislev hint, people were called idiots. It's like, why? Like, that clearly said Kislev, right? I'm saying here, keep an open mind, because it's pretty interesting, and it does actually sound like something that Creative Assembly do. We also know in further, like, older interviews that Creative Assembly do actively try to hint at future content in, say, loading screens and so on. It would make a lot of sense here because in most cases you would not notice this unless you actively looked at the area, which is very subtle, and the fact that obviously if you know the lore that the Tomb Kings and the Vampire Counts don't generally fight together. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't see any Vampire Coast, because that would have been like, actually it would make sense. If we would have saw Vampire Coast stuff too, then it would have been like, yeah, Nagash, because you know, the Legions of Nagash themselves in lore, not in the tabletop, but in lore during the end times, was actually Tomb Kings, Vampire Counts, and Vampire Coast. But yeah, I mean, this sounds really like a hint. I could be wrong, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's start with a discussion. I'll let the rest of the battle play out, but I wanted to do this, I wanted to talk about this. It just seems so on the nose. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm losing my mind. It could be the 10-hour stream, but it just feels like it. It really feels like it.
Surround them! Gate move him! Vestrangi! Agreg! Azultrin! Kazak! Vahidu Dema! Drazhoath! Uchat Ulsog I! Drazhoath Erpatwen! Kazar Waku! Asgun! Ulawaku! Jehu Salazu! Shar! Unasa! Renas Mazarna crew! There! Karengs far Kazar! Teshinaras Asgon! Ashut Saragor! Rodron is Huden! Saudas! The King's Bakazad! Trinas Fajan Nachrun! Son ut Osk! Alharharu! Ula Pripusk!